So next week, there's a lot going to be happening starting from next week and going forward. Of course, we're going to get the initial update, obviously the guild content that's going to be at the end of July. So there's going to be content spread throughout, but it all begins next week. And with all of that, I've made... well, I have done a video talking about this because we knew it was coming. The question is, when was it coming? And they've kind of slipped it in, as you guys can see, weapon crafting. Basically, from what I'm taking away from this, as you guys can remember, there is a specific option within the game which caters to weapon liberation. So obviously where the armory is, it is the option that is being scheduled, and again, looking at the roadmap, it is led to believe that more than likely next week is when it all kicks off. And this is something that, again, we knew ahead of time and that I've informed a lot of to prepare for, because at the end of the day, we really don't know if getting dupes for the weapons is going to be something that is needed. Best to be safe than sorry. And so with that, obviously every time I've been getting weapons for Jinwoo, I've been saving them all, because you just never know, especially with the SRs. You just never know, they might come in handy. So I've got 2 West Winds just chilling there, because you already know if the West Wind, what else, if the bow, if the Eye of Sauron, those specific 3 weapons, if they get their liberation, then it is a GG. Those are going to be the weapons that obviously are our main focus. So again, shout out to Alpha. So here's a bit of a look of the animation when we liberate a weapon. Looks pretty cool, getting it to that next stage of being broken. So we've got the upgrade video. So the weapons that will be upgradable that I can see, so these are the ones that we can see so far. So this is going to be interesting, where we can actually potentially upgrade lower weapons furthermore to SSR. It seems that SSR is potentially going to be the final stage. Now I don't know if SSR weapons are going to be catered in being upgraded to LR. I think it's fair to say that this is more than likely them making it so that SR weapons are getting more uses out of them, because I mean, technically speaking, we always cater to SSR weapons, right? Especially when you do get your hands on them. And for the most part, there are certain SR weapons that really are, truth be told, should be and are probably surpassing certain SSR weapons. I'm just going to put it out there. So again, we kind of know on what weapons we're going to be catering to. Now, not all weapons might be upgradable at first. The developers might do like a batch at a time, who knows. But as it stands, these are the weapons on hand that that are more than likely going to be getting their SSR, as Alpha has found these weapons only. So we'll see what happens in terms of other weapons getting the treatment of being advanced and upgraded to the next rarity. Furthermore, just a quick little reminder, when it comes to upgrading, it could be done in a way where it might regard to having materials, because as it stands right now, if we take a look at these two, so upgrade weapon, this to me looks like a weapon that we pick and then it requires 6 copies of it. So obviously if SSRs ever go to LRs, this is going to be like cancerous, needing 6 copies. That being said, I want to know how big the jump is, so that's something to take note of. But then on top of that, we've also got this weapon liberation unleashes the sealed power of selected weapons. So you've got the weapon on hand, and through that, as you guys can see, it's giving you multiple items to put into to then liberate the weapon. And so this is where this comes into play, where these are more than likely the materials that we would have to potentially farm out in some way or form to then put into and liberate the weapon to unlock the sealing power, or the sealed power. There's 2 ways I feel like they can go about this. Either, well, with how it looks, maybe this doesn't really affect the weapon being upgraded. Maybe these are only selected weapons that we can choose to upgrade, and maybe there's like a bit of a reset, I'm not too sure. But the true liberation comes through this mechanic right here, in unlocking the weapon's true power or true potential. I'm not sure. That being said, the scanner pistol is being applied here, so I feel like SSRs at some point will probably get the growth. But we should find out hopefully sometime this week on what's going to be happening with the weapon of liberation, on the weapons themselves. Now, a while back we were also informed about obviously these 3 specific weapons that are still obviously in the files talking about furthermore about the liberation of weapons, and the fact that when they do go into their higher rarity form, that the weapon itself is more catered to it being an SSR skill wise. And there's also a new law. It seems that they're also going to get a bit of a redesign, so that's going to be interesting to see on how that's going to work. But this is really going to make things a lot more interesting now, with these SR weapons coming into play, because obviously as it stands, as we know, when it comes to SR weapons, I mean the three main that are really taking the cake of being top priority and top tier, and even better than some SSRs, as I've said many times before, being the West Wind, the bow itself, and Knife Sauron, of course, catering to each of these elements. Of course, these three weapons, if or when they get their liberation, it is going to be a must. It is going to be a must. These three are probably going to be catered to by a mile, well, predominantly these two in specific, and then I'll put Eye of Sauron in second place. So of course it's a water weapon of creates a pool of venom. The thing is that early on this weapon was fantastic, and that was purely because obviously the bosses themselves didn't exactly have what do you call it, any type of resistance to poison. So a lot of people were really just I wouldn't say abusing it, because technically speaking, you know, if the enemies don't have that poison resistance, then, you know, we can kind of use this to our heart content. So there's that. But this is still a very solid weapon, and yeah, being the SSR form of it, it seems that we're going to be getting a nice little SSR poison weapon. There's a 30% chance to inflict bleed on the target with villainous sneak attack. When core attack or villainous sneak attack hits, there's a 30% chance to paralyze the target. That's not too bad, to be honest. That helps us out in damage region once we well, I mean, we've got a task, so I don't know what we've already got what we need for core, of course. So yeah, poison is that. Yeah, so we'll see on what the change comes for this weapon. Then what else we got? What else was it? Ooh, let's have a look. The Demon Knight Spear. Oh, is this? Is it? Oh, okay. I do like this weapon. I do like this weapon. I have used this before on my free-to-play account. So when Holy Spear is used, applies Corrupted Spirit, removes the cooldown of Holy Spear. So you recover your MP when you hit with Holy Spear. When the Holy Spear increases the when using Holy Spear, increases the duration of Corrupted Spirit by 4 seconds, increases user's attack speed by 10% while Corrupted Spirit is active, increases Holy Spear damage by 10%. It's very simplistic, and it's just non-stop spear throwing, we'll say that. So the main concept of this weapon is to make it so that the Holy Spear attack is always at the ready for the most, or for the majority of the time, of course, because you're just really decreasing the cooldown on it, right? And so yeah, you're practically just spamming the skill on this weapon itself. But the beautiful thing is, of course, you are getting a bit of an attack speed. So I'm curious to see on what more this weapon will be doing once it hits the SSR form. Okay, so when Flame Slash hits, it burns the target, deals damage equal to 44% of the attack every 3 seconds, stacks up to 5 times, increase the skill damage of Flame Slash by 44% when Jimu is attacking a burning target. Okay, increase on fire damage by 6%, increases the burn damage of Flame Slash by 44%, decreases the cooldown of Flame Slash by 10%, the damage dealt to boss monsters by Flame Slash increases by 44%. Whoa, this could be a nice little boss weapon. I am intrigued now. Oh my god. Wait, this weapon could be something crazy for the July update, because I mean, if they are keeping to catering to the fire element being elevated for the July content, then going forward with gamers, etc., I mean, they're going to really try and make it so that it's the fire element that is kind of required, right, to really kind of cater to on selling the fire attribute for that update. And if the weapon liberation is coming in, and which again it does say on the roadmap, and this is one of the weapons that's going to be going to the SSR form, this might be a potential SSR boss slaying weapon. And the question is, when it does go to SSR, what is the percentage going to be like? Oh, we might be onto something here. Do I have any? Okay, I mean, well, it's a rare weapon, so fantastic on that, because well, hopefully you guys have been saving your weapons. We are prepared to get this bad boy to SSR. I am actually, out of everything we've read right now, I'm actually eager to see on where this weapon goes to. Giving me that Tanjiro Rengoku vibe, but come on now. I mean, let me be that flame husher for the one time, come on.